Hey everybody, John Gucci Foley here today, and I want to talk about call signs. So mine is Gucci, but how do you get a call sign? How does a fighter pilot get a call sign? Well, let me give you a couple of clues. First off, you don't get to pick it, and usually you don't like it. That's why it sticks. So my call sign, one day I showed up wearing a thin black leather tie. Everyone else was in jeans and t-shirts, and they looked at me, they go, "What is that?" "That's Gucci." Well, no fighter pilot wants to be called Gucci. You want to be Hitman, Viper, Iceman, something cool. But do something stupid, your teammates will remind you. Now, sometimes call signs are linked to other attributes. I'll give you an example. So when I was lead solo, my opposing solo was Thumper. And Ken Switzer was his name, we call him Thumper. And you think, well, why do you get the call sign Thumper? Well, depending on who we're talking to, he'd say, "Oh, I snuck up under an airplane and I pulled straight up and thumped the airplane." And you go, okay, well, that sounds pretty cool. No, here's the reason he's called Thumper. He had big ears. So you see, it's not always what you think about. Another example, when I was the opposing solo, my lead solo was Matt Seaman. So what do you think we called him? Spurt. Okay, so you can get all kinds of different names. I think one that kind of sticks with me is my very good mentor, Admiral Wizard McCabe, talks about how he got his call sign. Now you think Wizard, that's a pretty cool call sign. Actually, it's Wizard with two Z's. But here's what he did. He's one of the few people I've ever known in the military, in the Navy fighter pilot world that's been able to change his call sign. Because when he was in Vietnam, he was the most junior person in his squadron. He'd be running on the flight deck out there, and he was jumping over all kinds of weapons and stuff. And so they ended up calling him Bambi. Well, Bambi, you don't want Bambi. So he gets back early, is one of the first instructors in the F-14 squadrons, and was able to make magic one night as the duty officer. And they were able to fly extra sorties because of him, and so they called him Wizard. Now, we all know it's now live. Wizard, you're Bambi, always will be. Glad to be here. Call signs are very powerful. You can name people. You actually get so comfortable with the call signs that you forget someone's first name sometimes. And it's also important because it builds camaraderie, it builds trust, it helps in not only combat, but really in every aspect. So out there in companies, people ask me all the time, "Hey, we got to start giving call signs to people." So the companies I work with, usually people get call signs. All right, hope you enjoyed this. Gucci out. Glad to be here.